We're going to talk about pee today, girls, and if you don't want to talk about pee or poop, probably shouldn't have clicked on a mom channel video named Elimination Communication.
Look at her, just keeps on getting better with her hand in my...
Okay, so a lot of you ladies voted for the sleep training video, but as soon as I made that video, she kind of went a little bit backwards. So we're working our way back up. We're about back to where we were before, but I want to make sure that obviously before I do a video on something like sleep training that I know exactly what I'm talking about and I have the knowledge and the experience to back it up. So I am going to do that video for you guys because it's definitely still working. I just want to make sure that we are up to a really good, solid amount of good sleep before I make the video. So this week I'm going to be doing another long asked for video, which is elimination communication. I'm mostly going to talk about our experience, how I have gone about doing elimination communication, and I will talk a little bit about the fundamentals behind it as well for you guys so you understand what it is and how it works. The book that I use is actually in the bedroom right now. I forgot to grab it, but I'll put a picture of it right here. It's called the Diaper Free Baby. I don't really use all the fundamentals behind that one. I read the basis of the book and how to get your child to assimilate a certain sound or noise with peeing or pooping according to the age that they are at. And then I kind of just used my own mom instinct for the rest of it. That's kind of a neat thing with parenting, is you curve it to whatever your parenting style and your child's needs are. I do want to say that if your child is a little bit older, like 6 or 7 months or even a year old, you can still start elimination communication now. It will be a little bit more difficult because you didn't start from day one, obviously, but it is possible, and that book does talk about the different steps for the different ages and how to do elimination communication with them. So I am more going to obviously talk about newborn stage because that's when I started and that's what I have experience with, but hopefully you guys enjoy and learn something about it, and maybe it's something you'll be interested in for future kids or starting with your child now. I don't know, but let's get started. Okay, so the main basis behind elimination communication is basically that babies don't actually want to pee or poop themselves. And when I first heard about it, I'd actually heard about it from my mother-in-law. She had a friend who did it successfully with her child, and I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like, really training your child to go to the bathroom like an infant? And then when I read the book, it totally made sense. Because if you are a mom, then you already know, and if you're not, be forewarned, that about for the first 2 or 3 weeks, baby newborns will pee as soon as you take the diaper off. So as soon as the diaper comes off, they will inevitably probably pee. So if you have a boy, really watch out. If you have a girl, just be careful. And it totally made sense because they do not have a natural want to pee themselves, which is why when you take that diaper off, when they are in that first 2 or 3 weeks, they pee themselves. And that is actually when we started implementing elimination communication, because it was the perfect timing. She was already waiting because she didn't want to pee herself. And so that is when we started implementing the sound. Now you can choose whatever sound you want. Some people may use sign language, and we are going to be implementing the sign for toilet as she gets a little bit older. Probably around now, as I am doing this sound with her, I will start doing this so that there is something that she can physically do to tell me she needs to go to the bathroom. That's what we're going to be working on now. So basically how it started though is we would put her on the changing table, we would open up the diaper, and we would wait for her to pee. And as soon as she started, we would make the sound, and then we would make it the entire time until she was done. And so we did that for probably about 2 weeks, I would say. I'm totally guessing. I would say it's probably around that. I don't remember for sure. Just to make sure that she assimilated the sound with peeing. And then we went into starting the sound before she started peeing so that we could get her to understand that when she hears the sound, she needs to go. So that is how now she goes on command. Now, I know there are some people that are like, it's kind of weird that you command your child to do something. Well, what else do you call it? I mean, it's really no different than potty training your 2-year-old. You are commanding them to go to the bathroom on the toilet. You have to train them in some way. It's just I don't really know how else to explain it besides saying that, you know, you make this sound and then she goes. That's kind of like a command, I guess you could say. So the way I really see it though is that I'm actually helping her. Like I said, babies don't have a natural want to pee herself. I don't know about you and me, but I don't really want to pee myself or poop myself. So the fact that I am just starting potty training earlier, I actually see it as a plus. And the cool thing is that it's not all or nothing. That is another big thing with EC, is that you don't have to do it all the time. So I don't do it with her when we are out and about. At this stage, she's too young. She doesn't have the bladder control for it, obviously. And at this point, she is too young to hold in her pee when she sleeps. So at this age, I am getting just as many wet diapers as someone that's not doing EC because how much she sleeps. Unless I don't do elimination communication with her, she won't pee when she's awake, but she always pees when she's asleep. So we have about the same amount of diapers, but then as soon as she wakes up, I put her on the changing table and we do EC with her. So at this stage, you're really not gonna save any money on diapers. It's gonna be later on when you can get into actual potty training with your baby that you're gonna start saving money. Now, you can go about EC different ways. You could be a die-hard, always putting your infant on a toilet, and then you would save on diapers. I just personally didn't find that it worked for us. She was just so small, and I will actually show you the potty that we use. So this is the potty that we use with her. It is a baby Bjorn, and it has this removable part, which is nice because you can easily clean it, or you can just put just that part in between your legs to hold your child on it. But I just found that to do it all the time with her, she just isn't strong enough yet or big enough yet to really sit nicely on that potty. It is a good one though for small babies. It's definitely the best one that I've seen in the store out of all of them to use for a small child. But I just personally found that for all the time, it just wasn't comfortable for her. I mainly use it when she has a completely dry diaper, and if I want to save the diaper and I know she needs to pee, then I will put her on that. So we definitely do use it. I just don't use it all the time as much as some EC moms might at this age. It personally just hasn't been something I wanted to do just because she didn't look comfortable and I didn't want to do that to her, obviously. So we just do it sometimes, not all the time. Now, one issue with the fact that we don't do a lot of toilet is she now assimilates not only the sound with peeing, but her changing table. So we are now at the stage where as soon as I put her on the changing table, she pees. So I have to undo the diaper and start this sound right away. I can't just leave her there for like a second and grab the diaper and wipes or whatever. I have to undo her right away and make sure that she keeps the sound assimilated. So we have been introducing more of the toilet. She is more at a size now where it's not uncomfortable for her anymore, and she's going right away as well on the toilet. So she still assimilates this sound, but she also assimilates the changing table as soon as I lay here, I should pee. So it doesn't matter if the diaper is on or off. At this point, she just waits for the changing table or the sound, like I said. So it's both. So right now I'm just kind of working on trying to transition her over to the toilet and get her to not assimilate the changing table with it, but she still is doing EC and she's still waiting. I did mention that at this age they are too small to hold it during sleep, but she has gone several times, 2 or 3 hours during a nap and didn't pee at all. So she is doing really well, and she is a very heavy wetter. So at night she started filling like 3 or 4 diapers, like very heavy wetter. But she does occasionally go 2 or 3 hours through sleep and not have anything. So even though I have a heavy wetter, she is able sometimes to hold it. It just kind of like it's random whether she will or not. But if she's awake, like just playing like she is now on the ground, she won't pee unless I make her wait too long, then she will. My current goal right now is to have her at least just telling us when she needs to pee by a year old, which is why I'm going to be implementing the toilet sign. Most likely she'll end up just doing a fist and doing that, but we'll slowly work into the correct sign for her. But that is what we are at right now. There isn't too much more to explain on elimination communication. It's really just helping them to assimilate a certain sound with going to the bathroom. We don't really do poop too much. If I know that she needs to poop, putting her on the toilet does help to get it out. Kind of TMI, I know, but when you need to go to the bathroom and you're not sure, sometimes you go pee and you sit on the toilet and you're like, oh, I need to go more than pee. And it's because of like the position you're in. I know this is a weird conversation, guys, but it's the same for babies. So if I know she needs to poop and she's having a little difficulty getting it out, I can put her on the toilet and it kind of gets things moving a little bit. So although we don't focus on poop right now with EC, she does still do it. She doesn't seem to make particular, one of the things in the book that it talks about is looking for your baby's facial cues, or just their body cues for when they need to go to the bathroom. That's kind of what you focus on the first few weeks. So you learn your baby and when they need to go to the bathroom. She doesn't really have one that is particular to needing to poop. It's kind of the same when she farts. So, and if you have a baby, you know they fart a lot. So I can't be putting her on a toilet every time she needs to fart. So that's kind of the only thing I'm having difficulty with poop and EC, is just because she doesn't seem to have a particular facial cue. With breastfed babies, they could poop anywhere from every single meal to once every 3-4 days. And she's about every 2 or 3 days that she poops. So it's just very far and few between, but I pretty much know the day it's gonna come. She just doesn't have a certain cue when it's going to come. I never know. So hopefully in the near future I'll be able to figure that out more and do more EC poop wise with her. So we've just been focusing on pee with her, and that's been fine with me. She waits and she likes waiting. She's so happy after she goes to the bathroom. I think that's another thing, is that people get upset that we've commanded our child to go pee, but they don't know how much happier she is. Our child hates wet diapers. She hates them, and she hated them before she even really knew what EC was. So it's not like we trained her to hate wet diapers. When you do this sound and she pees, she just gives you the biggest smile sometimes, and she's just happy to do it, and so I'm happy to help her. I think that's a big thing that I try to remember, is that they are little humans, and after reading that part in the book about the fact that there's a reason that they pee every time you take off the diaper in that first 2 or 3 weeks, I started to understand that they just aren't old enough to obviously communicate that they need to go to the bathroom, and they need the help to go to the bathroom. Part of the thing in the book also that I thought was interesting was it was talking about moms. It was talking about moms in third world countries. Though some of them carry their babies on their back because they can actually tell by their baby's stomach when they need to go to the bathroom. They don't have things like disposable diapers or cloth diapers. They actually do EC naturally with their kids. So it's definitely not a fad. It's something that's been around for a really long time. And reading that book kind of just opened my eyes to some things that I had no idea. I thought moms that did that were crazy, and yeah, now I am one of those crazy moms. Oh well, if you think I'm a crazy mom, I'm perfectly okay with that. But even if you don't want to do it with your child, it's not a big deal. They get used to it usually within a few weeks, and then they're fine peeing themselves. No big deal. Just tell them, see, I just decided that I didn't want to pee myself. Hi. Yeah. So this little girl is sick, but she was getting a little noisy on the ground. But we just decided to do Elimination Communication. She's been doing really well. Hopefully you guys learned something from this video. I will link the book down below if you guys want to check out the Diaper Free Baby. Wait. Can you smile? Yeah. So I hope you ladies enjoyed this video. Let's just remember that all of our parenting styles are unique and different, and that is such a cool thing that God did when He created us. He made us each unique individuals, and He each made our kids unique individuals, which is why all of our parenting styles differ, and we all choose different ways to raise our kids. So let's just keep the YouTube world positive with some nice happy comments, and I will be doing the sleep training video for you guys. It will be up as soon as I feel strong and confident about what I am going to talk about. So I hope you ladies enjoyed. Like I already said, I think like 3 times, not sure, but I will see you ladies, and I already said ladies, I'll see you guys next week. Bye. First time this past Sunday, for almost 2 months probably, she has been going like halfway, and she finally went all the way. So that was exciting. We only caught the last half of her first time rolling over on camera, but we did catch it after that, her actually rolling all the way over several times. She just kept doing it.